In 2014, in a wooded area of Economy Borough, Pennsylvania, a teenage boy walking home from the bus stop noticed something strange in the brush along the road. It was a cold December afternoon, and at first, he assumed it was some kind of prank. When he got closer, he realized it was a human head. Police arrived expecting to find evidence of a gruesome crime, but what they discovered instead was far stranger than anyone could have imagined. The head belonged to a woman, likely between 60 and 80 years old, with curly gray hair neatly combed. There was no decomposition. Light makeup was still visible on her skin. She had been professionally embalmed. At first, the autopsy technician assumed the head wasn't even real. Investigators soon realized that whoever removed this woman's head did so with surgical precision, cutting cleanly through the spine and arteries using what appeared to be a scalpel or similar sharp instrument. This was not the work of a killer trying to hide a body. This was the work of someone with real anatomical knowledge. But the strangest detail was still to come. When the coroner opened the woman's eyelids, he found something no one expected. Instead of her real eyes, small red rubber balls had been placed inside her eye sockets, with plastic embalming caps fitted over them to hold their shape. Investigators had never seen anything like it. They contacted funeral homes, embalmers, and medical examiners across the region. Every single one of them said the same thing. In all their years of practice, none of them had ever used or even heard of using rubber balls to replace a deceased person's eyes. Eventually, police traced the rubber balls to a bubblegum vending machine, and further back, to a mass-produced batch manufactured in China. It was a dead end. Millions of identical balls had been produced and sold, making it impossible to trace who purchased that particular one. Investigators believed her eyes may have originally been removed for organ donation, and that someone later filled the empty sockets to give her face a normal appearance again. But if that was true, it only deepened the mystery. Why would someone go through the effort of preserving her dignity in death, only to sever her head and discard it in the woods like garbage? Police attempted to identify her through DNA, but the chemicals used in the embalming process had degraded her genetic material beyond use. They turned instead to her teeth. A forensic dentist examined her dental work and found what he called patchwork dentistry, fillings and repairs done only when absolutely necessary, suggesting she may have lived much of her life without regular access to dental care, possibly in a low-income community, in an area where the water wasn't fluoridated. Using isotope analysis on her hair and teeth, scientists were able to trace her movements in the final months of her life. She had traveled through central Pennsylvania, eastern Ohio, northern West Virginia, Maryland, and parts of New York near Lake Ontario. Investigators believe she likely died somewhere in the Allegheny Mountains. But knowing where she had been told them nothing about who she was. Detectives even investigated a possible connection to a decades-old grave robbery, where a woman's body had been desecrated and her head removed from a crypt in a neighboring county back in the 1980s. Forensic dentistry ruled her out. The dental work found in this woman's mouth used materials that didn't exist until years after that earlier crime. She remains, to this day, completely unidentified. No missing persons report has ever matched her description. Investigators believe this may be because her own family never realized she was missing at all. Perhaps she was alone. Perhaps no one was looking for her to begin with. In 2015, authorities gave her a small funeral and buried her head in Beaver Cemetery, in a plot overlooking the Ohio River. Her headstone simply reads, Jane Doe. The detective who investigated her case for years has said this was one of the strangest and most haunting scenes he has ever encountered in his career. Somewhere, there may be a family who never learned what happened to their mother, their grandmother, their sister. And somewhere, a person who possessed both the skill and the reason to preserve her, and then discard her, has never come forward. Her body has never been found. Her name has never been recovered. And whoever did this to her has never been identified.